No one tells you about this part. They warn you about wrinkles. They joke about grey hairs. They mention metabolism like it's a villain waiting in the wings. But no one tells you about the quiet, the moment you realize the world has adjusted its lens and you're no longer in sharp focus. It didn't happen dramatically. No violins, no announcement. It happened in a coffee shop. I was standing at the counter, wallet already in my hand. The girl behind me, glossy hair, fast smile, the kind of brightness that bends attention, was asked what she'd like before I was. I smiled. It was small. But it wasn't small. Something shifted in that moment, not in spirit, not in worth, just in visibility. There's a day, and it's different for everyone, when you realize you are no longer the headline in the room. You are the atmosphere. Conversations move around you instead of toward you. Compliments become polite. Strangers stop lingering. At first it stings. I went home that day and stood in front of the mirror longer than usual, tilted my head, studied the softness at my jaw, the faint lines near my mouth. I pulled my skin gently back at the temples just to see what had changed, as if I'd missed the exact moment the world did. We are trained to fight this shift, to dye it, lift it, inject it, reverse it. Because we're told visibility equals value. But here's what no one tells you. There is an enormous amount of labor in being seen. When you are young, you are scanned constantly, measured, assessed, desired, compared. It's exhausting. You don't realize how much energy you spend adjusting yourself until the spotlight moves. I used to enter rooms already preparing, shoulders back, smile calibrated, voice slightly brighter than natural. I curated myself automatically. Now I enter a room and I just enter. If someone notices, lovely. If they don't, equally lovely. That shift, that subtle release, changed everything. Because when the world stops scanning you, something unexpected happens. You start seeing the world instead. I walk slower now. Not performatively slow, just unhurried. And in that pace, I notice the way late afternoon light pools on brick walls, the way birds sing even when no one turns their head, the way wind moves through trees with complete indifference to who's watching. Nature has never needed an audience. Why did I think I did? There is a strange kind of freedom in becoming less visible. You can listen without interruption. You can observe without performing agreement. You can eat the cake without calculating the room. You can leave when you're tired. That one changed me the most. Leaving when I'm tired. Not waiting for the perfect social exit. Not stretching myself thin to prove stamina. Just slipping out quietly. The evening continues without me. And that used to terrify me. Now it comforts me. Because the truth is, it always continued. I just thought I had to hold it up. There's something deeply humbling about realizing you were never the axis of the room, and something deeply liberating about no longer trying to be. Midlife, if that's what we call it, isn't a fade, it's a distillation. You shed the unnecessary layers, the strategic laughter, the hunger for approval, the constant self-editing. What remains is simpler and far more honest. My body is changing. Of course it is. My skin holds stories now. My hands remember things my mind sometimes forgets. There are lines where laughter settled in, faint marks where grief once lived, softness where resilience grew. When I look at myself now, I don't see decline. I see evidence, evidence that I have been here, that I have loved, that I have lost, that I have endured. Youth is bright, but it is also loud. It demands to be noticed. This season of life is quieter. It doesn't beg for attention. It knows it exists whether anyone confirms it or not. I don't miss being young. I miss firsts. First apartments with mismatched chairs. First reckless road trips with no map. First love that felt like it rearranged the stars. But I do not miss the insecurity, the constant question, am I enough? Am I desirable? Am I impressive? That noise has softened. and in its place is something steadier. I no longer need to be the most interesting person in the room. I no longer need to be the youngest, the loudest, the sharpest. There is a quiet power in being overlooked. It's like being handed an invisibility cloak, except instead of sneaking around, you finally get to stand still, fully yourself, not curated, not calibrated, just rooted. And here is the part that surprised me most. I have never felt more alive, not in the bright, electric way of youth, but in a grounded, settled way, like a tree that no longer strains toward light because it has already found it. If you see me somewhere, moving slowly, smiling softly to myself, perhaps not drawing the room's eye, and you assume I have faded, you are mistaken. I have focused inward, and that clarity is sharper than any spotlight ever was. The quiet part isn't disappearance, it's arrival. It's stepping out of performance and into presence. It's trading spectacle for sovereignty. It's understanding that you do not have to shine at full volume to glow. So yes, I am softer now, less urgent, less polished, less concerned, but I am rooted, and I am still blooming, just in a light that no longer needs permission to exist.